Howdy folks, Darren Ray Fonso here talking about workers' compensation or labor and industries as we call it here in the state of Washington and my quest to get the minimum federal oversight on the table for the injured workers of America that Senator Sanders and Patty Murray and Tom Perez all told us we needed as of 4 years ago. So here's my shout out and call to Senator Rick Larsen, or I'm sorry, Representative Rick Larsen, U.S. Representative Rick Larsen, who's my person in Congress who I'm supposed to contact to if I want to, get help for the injured workers of America. So let's try it. 1-202-225-2605.
Representative Larson's office. This is Per speaking. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm calling to find out. I want to leave some information for the congressman.
Sure.
I'm a constituent of his from Washington State, and I'm an injured worker, and I want to know why he has failed over the last 4 or 5 years to put the minimum federal oversight for injured workers on the table that Senator Sanders, Patty Murray, and Tom Perez all told us in a letter to the U.S. Department of OSHA and Labor that we needed. So I'm wondering why, as an injured worker and a work comp victim in the state of Washington and America today, why isn't Representative Rick Larsen putting our minimum federal oversight for injured workers on the table?
Right. I'll make sure to pass that along to the congressman. Could I just get your name and address real quick?
Sure. It's Darren, D-A-R-R-E-N, Fonso, F-O-N-Z-S-E-A-U.
And your address?
And now I'll share the call with you to our United Steelworkers Union Local 12-591. This is my call out to the local steelworkers who are endorsing and telling me to vote for Representative Rick Larsen, who intently fails to represent the injured workers with the needed minimum federal oversight that would stop a class war, not only on the injured workers in Washington State, but across America. So let's see what my union brothers and sisters have to say.
This is the United Steelworkers, Local 12-591. We are unable to take your call at this time. Please leave a message.
Yeah, my name is Darren Ray Fonso, F-O-N-Z-S-E-A-U. You may want to Google me. I'm an injured worker from the state of Washington, and I would like to know why you are telling me and endorsing U.S. congressional candidate Rick Larsen, who has intently failed injured workers for the last 4 years, when he intently fails to fight for the minimum federal oversight that Senator Sanders, Tom Perez, and Patty Murray all told OSHA and Departments of Labor we needed in a letter 4 years ago. So why are our union brothers and sisters telling me to vote for a man who kills injured workers intently with his arrogance, with his elite arrogance? Why are fellow union members failing to represent and step up and represent the injured workers with our needed minimum federal oversight? This is a failure of not just the Dem Party, but of our unions, who are intently stabbing injured workers in the back, arrogantly, with no will or way to fight for the injured workers' needed minimum federal oversight. So I'd like to know why you are asking injured workers of America and Washington State to vote for Senator Rick Larsen instead of calling him out on the needed minimum federal oversight for injured workers before you give him or any other candidate your endorsements, like Kashmir Sawant or any of these other people, or our state lawmakers like Elias and Senator Chase, Marilyn Chase. I'd like to know why our whole liberal left here is failing to step up and represent the injured workers of America with the minimum federal oversight that Patty Murray told us we need. Yeah, I'd like to know. And I'm going to share this with the Injured Workers of America online and across America, how I have sought out help from the United Steelworkers Local 591 here, 12591 here in Everett, Washington, and how they failed to want to stand, or Bellingham, wherever they are, how they intently failed to want to represent the Injured Workers of America with the needed minimum federal oversight that we need to stop a class war on injured workers that apparently this union and Rick Larsen don't want to talk about.
Send your message now. Press pound. To mark the message urgent, press 4. To hear your message, press 5. Message marked urgent. To send your message now, press pound. To remove message sent.
Okay, there you have it. And that was a call that I left to those guys. I've also faxed them my information, same information that I faxed to the governor, Jay Inslee. And when Governor Jay Inslee's office saw that information, they started to investigate why Ellen and I and why we are being failed by our whole liberal left here, not standing up and representing us with the minimum federal oversight that the leaders on the liberal left told us we need, both the Bernie-crat side and the corporate Democrat side, Patty Murray. Both of them told us this needs to be done, yet it's our union brothers and sisters who are standing in the way and telling us to keep voting for people who do not represent the Injured Workers of America, because there's so many other areas that they're helping us on. Then we are failing injured workers because our unions are failing to step up and represent the Injured Workers of America and represent our grand bargain that apparently the unions are happy with being eroded away when they remain silent and do not call out our own lawmakers on the left, who are bedding down with corporate Republicans on the right to steal the grand bargain from the Injured Workers of America. I think we need to ask some questions of our lawmakers like Rick Larsen and Senator Marilyn Chase and Pramila Jayapal here in the Northwest that are all running for office, and Kashma Sawant is always running for office. All of them claim to be voices for labor, but yet none of those labor voices are standing up and fighting for our grand bargain that we drew blood for over 100 years ago. People need to wake up and realize that that grand bargain is more important than you realize. Have a good day.